stress that you out there.
Don't start. We have newbies on here.
That's
Felicia
okay.
used to us. Don't
Yeah.
start.
I want it. Can y'all take out there now while the show's going? But I'm sorry. Go ahead, honey.
So my goal has changed. Mine is more for mental reasons and also to promote running. I grew up not seeing women in my community running. It's important for me to be out on the pavement to encourage other women. If they see that I can do it, they can do it.
I have to have a joke on that one, and I believe every word Jani and Sabrina and Felicia said. In my community that I grew up, I seen a lot of women running.
You know
they
what?
were running for their lives. They was running for the bus. They was running from the man trying to get with them. They was running. So I give them credit. They ran, got a little exercise in there. Now everybody
That was a trot.
No, they was
Compared
running.
to what Sabrina and them be doing, that's a trot.
No,
Because
they was running for their lives.
Yeah, but well, I ain't talking about that. That's domestic violence there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Sabrina, you've been doing this for a while, and she was saying that it's like a release mechanism. Most people, and unfortunately, because I know that there was a long time ago when I used to run myself too, that it can be a release. But some people don't realize, that because they're thinking the only thing I'm thinking is I'm going to get tired. I'm not going to, I'm going to be fatigued. Mentally they're thinking already that this is not something for them. How did you get past the mental thought process of running from 1 mile to 1K to 5K? I don't know if you've done a 10K. Have you done a 10K?
Yes, I've done well over.
Okay, well, hey,
Yeah.
what have you went to? Talk to me.
This past weekend I did a 12-hour run. I started at Friday.
Wait.
12 hours. Birthday girl now.
Wait a minute. You ran 12 hours straight?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, where the food
We don't need
there?
we didn't start calling her the bionic woman.
That's my shiro.
12 hours straight?
Wasn't that
On
on
her
the
birthday.
What you
Yes.
do?
On her birthday.
What you do? Run to New Orleans? I mean,
No, I started Friday night at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. on the 17th of July, and I finished on my birthday, July 18th, Saturday at 11 a.m.
Well-
I did 40.8 miles.
wow. So forgive me for insulting you and saying two. And she looked at me like, two.
Right.
I've ran two in my sleep. So how do you get motivated to do that? Because it's obviously a stress release, but most of the times people mentally thinking they're already fatigued even thinking about running that. How did you get past that process?
I enjoy challenging myself. So when I first started running, I knew that I wanted to do a marathon, but I started small. I started running in March of 2012. So I told myself, okay, by the time I turn 50, I'm going to do a marathon. And yeah, when I finally joined BGR and I put it out there that I wanted to do a marathon, and they had one, the Chicago Marathon was closed, and a girl put out that they had a charity that you could run with a charity for autism. And because my nephew is autistic, I was like, oh my goodness, I would want to do it, but I just started running in March, and it was like May when they were talking about it. I was like, I can't do it. And they actually encouraged me that I could do it. And I was like, I could do it, for real? Okay.
Y'all have faith
So
in me.
I had only been running outside for about 4 or 5 months, and I signed up to do the Chicago Marathon. I did my training, and in October of 2012, I did my first marathon, and when I crossed the finish line, I was in love with 26.2. So within a year's time, from October 2012 to October 2013, I had done 12 marathons, 12 full marathons, not including other little races that I did.
What's the little race consist of?
But, I did some 5Ks, some 10Ks, but I did 12 full marathons and an ultra. I did my first ultra within the first year of me running.
So
I did
ultra is more than
anything past 26.2. So a 50K,
Okay.
I did a 50K, which was like close to 32 miles. It's like 31 point something.
Okay, but Rick, we have to put this in our layman's
no.
term.
We ain't no layman term for me for that.
When you said you ran 40-something miles?
40.8.
From our house to downtown, that's where she
That's
ran to.
our house to downtown and back, because our house is only 22 miles away from downtown.
So let me ask you, in 12 hours,
And she probably got there and back before I can on the
so we
transportation.
rolled over. That's
Yeah.
what that was. I mean, how does that work? Does someone be at a station giving you water, food, or
Oh my goodness!
Look
Look
how excited she's getting, Sabrina. She wants to do this. Tell her.
She been trying to get me the last 3 years when we was in class. I'm like, I can't run. I be running from Rick, but I can't
I
run.
had such an amazing support system. BGR took care of me. I didn't have to go to the race, the actual race. They have like a water station and a place for you to fuel food and things. I didn't have to go to their station not one time during those 12 hours. BGR came out there. They had food for me, water, gave you name it.
A porta potty too, I hope.
Listen, you name it, they had it there for me. They took care of me.
That's really,
throughout those 12 hours. It's such a big support system.
Yeah, that's great.
Kudos to Sabrina and happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Thank
you. I'm terrible with names.
Jani.
Why do I always get names? I'm so busy. When we get real big, instead of just real little, we get real big.
From little to big.
I'm not gonna have to remember these names anymore. It's gonna be in a cue card, and I'm just gonna. It's what's again?
Jani.
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 So Jani, you how long have you been running?
About 5 years.
Okay, so how many miles? I don't want to insult you, so tell me how long you've ran, because I'm gonna sit there and say 2, and you might smack me in the face.
Well, I would say countless miles. I've run one marathon. I ran the Chicago Marathon in October of 2013.
Okay.
And unlike Sabrina, I did not fall in love with 26.2 miles. However, I do enjoy running half marathons. 13.1 is my favorite race distance, but I enjoy it all. Some days I just run, and I say just loosely, but I just run 3 miles, and I'm perfectly fine with that, but I just enjoy running.
So Black Girls Run, she was saying that when she was running, they really helped out. Talk a little bit more about how internationally they help each other, because it sounds like it's a very strong network of sisters. Because let me tell you something, African-American sister can do exceedingly abundantly more we can actually think.
Amen.
Because they are some powerful, beautiful, astonishing women. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't hear that, get the tape.
Yeah.
They are astonishing. So running, that's just another challenge that they can easily, accomplish. Yeah. But talk about the network, the power of that network.
Nationally, as I mentioned, we have members across the United States, and now, as you mentioned, probably globally. Within the states, in various cities, there are local Black Girls Run groups. So, for example, here in Chicago, different neighborhoods, there are different BGR groups. There's a large presence in the south suburbs. We have a large presence on the west side. We have women running in the South Loop. So it just varies. So here in the Chicagoland alone, you can go to many neighborhoods and find a Black Girls Run group. Same for going to other cities. If I go to Atlanta, there's a large presence. Even across California, anywhere you go right now, the network is there. And we have Facebook groups where our members can connect across different cities and states.
Yeah,
so, and it's growing.
That is so wonderful. So that means you can, if you're thinking about being a part of it, you can just go on the website and figure out, what state you is and state you is. Lord have mercy.
Chicago Public
Schools. What state you is? And I'm a speech communication major. What state you're a part of, and then go there and look into the information, and you can. Is it easy? Do you have to go through certain qualifications to join?
So there is our national website is blackgirlsrun.com. You can get information on our story, our background, our founders, what it takes to join. Once again, it's www.blackgirlsrun.com. And locally, to join Black Girls Run Chicago, there's a Facebook group. So to join our group, you can go on the Facebook and search for Black Girls Run Chicago, and there's a link to request to join. Now, there is a process. We do vet our members, and it's more of a vetting process for the safety of the ladies coming out. So we want to just make sure, we kind of just check who's requesting to join. Number one, men are not allowed to join. Nothing against the fellas, but, don't send us.
They wouldn't be joining for running anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah, so we vet the request, but you do need to request to join.
Yeah. Hey, Felicia, I'm gonna bust you out for a little bit. It's all in fun. How are you running somewhere? You running most of the times anyway, everywhere you go. you ain't never still.
And heels.
So, I mean, everywhere you are, you running. I think you run in your sleep because you're always moving somewhere. How did you get a part of this?
I think it was just watching Sabrina. When I would watch Sabrina, I was like, I want to do that. But I always felt like I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But Sabrina always encouraged me, like, no, you could do it. Or she would invite me. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. And I wouldn't. And she would invite me again. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. And I wouldn't. And she never gave up. She kept on saying, you could do it. You could do it. You should come out. You should come out. And I wouldn't. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to actually go and see what this Black Girls Run stuff is really about. And it was an awesome experience. So I like it because sometimes you can go early. There's a running group at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm a morning person, so I like going early in the morning.
It's a running group at 5. Don't call me at 5 a.m. in the morning.
And the young lady who does it, she is so cool. She'll call you and give you a wake-up call. She'll send you a Facebook message to remind you, don't forget, we're running tomorrow. She'll tag you in it. So I just I like doing stuff early in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's challenging me.
Before work or just on a Saturday?
Just before work. Yeah.
Bless you in your ministry.
Yeah. And it's just a cool experience because then when you're out there, I can only run. I'm going to run a little, I'm going to walk a little, I'm going to run a little. But the girls will challenge me. Like, no, come on, you could go further. I'm like, no, I can't. And they're like, yes, you can. I'm like, no, I can't. Come on, just keep trying. And it's just encouraging to be out there with other people who are like, I was there where you were at.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to do it. I didn't think I can do it. But now I'm doing it. So if I could do it, you can do it.
Yeah, and that's awesome because, we're joking around about it. And we're talking about the fact that that's, a lot, 5 o'clock in the morning and doing things like that. And you do have a lot of people going to say, 5 o'clock in the morning, are you crazy?
But it's a sacrifice.
But it is a sacrifice. Like anything else is a sacrifice. And as Sabrina was saying, if you got some health issues, you may want to get off these pills and things like that. This running can it's so, helpful to the body. You might get tired. You might be a little drained at the beginning. But the more and more you get into the process, it's so beneficial. And I think a lot of people should understand that they need to get out, and just don't be ashamed if you can only do. I mean, Sabrina can run for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. You're not at that point yet. Mm-hmm. You may be only run a block. Black Girl Runs will help you with that block, and then they'll take you to the next block. And it's a sisterhood that helps you to do, some awesome things. And I'm not one of the groups, but I probably could say this. I'm sure that sisterhood extends farther than just running, correct?
Yes.
So can somebody tell me in about a few seconds before we go to commercial what other things that sisterhood does?
We don't just run. We also, a lot of us are doing triathlons. We have sessions where we go and work out together, do Zumba, kickboxing, go to the gym, yoga. So we also do that kind of stuff.
Man, I done that Zumba one time before, boy. Whoo, Lord. I think I was on the ground more than I was doing it. I mean, because it's intense. I got to tell you a funny story about me trying to run one time before, because I tried to do a 2.5 when I was younger, and I didn't, I'm young, so I'm thinking, you don't really have to work out for this. And I think a lot of times men, we have that ego. Oh, I played track. I run track. I've played ball. I can do this. I tried to run that 2.5. I went about a mile, and I thought I was going to lose my mind. And we was able to go behind the building when someone couldn't see me. It was 2.5. I probably walked 1.5 around the building, and then when we got back around, I ran the rest of it. It's not easy. No. But because you have such of a great support system like Black Girl Run, I'm going to help you with that mic, baby. You don't even really have to worry about that. You know what I'm doing? Because I love you so much, I'm going to switch mics with you so you can.
Thank you,
so,
babe.
my only thing is that you got to join Black Girls Run.
I'm going to hold on to it.
Hey, you've been listening to the Let's Stay Together show. This is Reverend Rick McCain along with my baby, my girl, my boo. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Good evening. This is Reverend Rick McCain with something you should know. Have you ever been praying for an answer and never received a reply? Are you looking for that company to call you back about a position you interviewed for? Or impatiently waiting for that call about a car or home loan? Have you waited for hours to hear back that someone you loved was okay. If this is you, then there's something you should know. I recently called my brother and left a message, but he called back without